session. How are you all? I hope you all are doing well. So, are you ready for your final exams, second semester exams? Yes, I'm sure you are. So, children, I have got few objects for you. Okay, you are going to identify those objects. All right. So, ready, children? So, tell me what is this? Yes, who will tell me? Identify this object.
It's a compass.
Yes, it is Marinus
Compass.
compass. Okay, it is Marinus compass.
It's a
Very good.
compass.
Very good. Very good. Now here is another object. What is this? Who will tell me? What is this? Yes. What is this?
Bar magnet.
Yes, it is a bar magnet. Very good. Now tell me, what is this? Who will tell me?
Magnet.
Yes,
Also magnet.
horseshoe magnet. Very good. That's right. It is a horseshoe magnet. And what is this? What is it?
Cylindrical shape magnet.
Yes, it is a cylindrical magnet. Very good. And what about this now? What is this? Yes? Who will tell me? What is this?
Circle shape magnet.
It is a disc shaped magnet. It is a you can say circular magnet or disc shaped magnet. All right. So I think you all have understood which chapter we are going to do today. Who will tell me? All these objects we have studied in which chapter? Yes, you are right. Lesson number 15, fun with magnets. So let's start. So once again, I welcome you all in the state-wide online sessions brought to you by Brihan Mumbai Municipal Corporation. I am Rashmi teacher and today we are going to study science, in which we are going to study lesson number 15, fun with magnets, which is a revision for you all. All right. So children, what is a magnet? Who will tell me what is a magnet? Come on. It is a revision. So you all know already we have studied this chapter. So what do you mean by a magnet? The material to which, yes,
The material to which object made from iron, nickel, cobalt, etc. get acted is called a magnet. Its property of a material is called magnetism.
very good. So the material to which all these three objects made from iron, nickel, cobalt get attracted is called a magnet. And this property of a material is called magnetism. So here you can see iron, materials made or objects made from iron, nickel, cobalt. They are going to get attracted to a magnet. The materials that stick to a magnet are called magnetic materials, while those that do not stick to a magnet are called non-magnetic materials. The metals iron, cobalt, nickel are magnetic materials. So this also we have studied that those objects which stick to the magnet are called magnetic materials, while those that do not stick are called non-magnetic materials. And the metals iron, nickel, cobalt, this you remember specially. These three are magnetic materials. So here we have divided the materials into two parts, magnetic materials and non-magnetic materials. On your left hand side, you can see all the magnetic materials. There is lock and key, there is a horseshoe, there are some pins, nuts, safety pins, iron nails, okay, some clips, spoon, key, etc. And on the right hand side, you can see all the non-magnetic materials. So here you can see clothes, food, plants, wooden material, shoe, okay, materials made from cardboard. So these all are non-magnetic materials. Now, how magnet was discovered? So there is a legend about the discovery of a magnet, which I told you previously. So who will tell me this story, how magnet was discovered? Who is this person? You can see in this picture, you can see a person. Who is he? And where did he live? Who will tell me?
Oxford.
He is Magnus. Okay, and he lived in Greece. So long back, there was a person named Magnus, and he was a shepherd, and he lived in Greece. So one day what happened? Every day he used to take his ships for grazing. So once what happened? One day he sat down on a rock. While his ships were grazing, he sat down on a rock. And when he tried to get up, what happened? Who will tell me? When Magnus tried to get up, what happened? You can see in the picture his shoes and the stick in his hand, which is called staff. It got stuck to the rock.
His shoes attached to the stone.
Yeah, it got stuck to the rock. So in the beginning, he was scared. So somehow what he did, he kept his shoes and his stuff there only, and he ran away to the village, and he called all the villagers, and they also experienced the same thing. So what they realized, that in his shoes there were iron nails, and on his staff there was a iron ferrule. That is why those things were getting attracted to that stone. So that was not a normal stone. The rock was named magnetite after Magnus. Only iron things used to get attracted to that rock. So it was named magnetite after Magnus the shepherd. Magnetite is a natural magnet. Okay. It is also possible that the name magnet came from Magnesia, the part of Greece where magnets were discovered. So this way, magnet was discovered. Now, there are different shapes of magnet. Okay, depending upon their uses, we have different shapes of magnet. Today, magnets are used in many machines and gadgets or devices. They are all man-made magnets. So on right hand side, you can see different shapes of magnet. There is a bar magnet, cylindrical magnet, U-shaped magnet, horseshoe magnet, ring magnet, and a button magnet. So depending on the use, there are different shapes of magnet, and all of them are man-made. All right, they are not natural, they are man-made. So bar magnets, disc magnets, horseshoe magnets, ring-shaped magnets, cylindrical magnets, as also small button magnets are the different shapes of magnets in everyday use. So various man-made magnets and their uses. Again, we have on the left-hand side, you can see different shapes of magnet. These are man-made magnets. And on right-hand side, you can see their uses. They are used in the doors of cupboards, on the refrigerator, in the speakers, in the wallets. All these magnets are used. And there is this special magnet which is called as Marinus compass. So what is its use? See, this is the Marinus compass. So how is Marinus compass used? It is basically used to find out directions. It was known quite long ago to the people in China and Europe that a piece of magnetite hung freely always settled in the north-south direction. These rocks then came to be used for finding the directions while traveling through unknown regions. That is why they are also called lodestones or leading stones. So actually magnetite was used when it was hung freely, it pointed north-south direction. So this was known to the people in China and Europe, and that is why they started using this magnetite as to find out the directions in unknown regions. So that was this magnetite later it was called as lodestones, because means what? Leading stones. This led to the invention of Marinus compass. So later on, Marinus compass was invented. Okay. In Marinus compass, there is a magnetic needle which is hung freely at the center, and it always points north-south direction. So let us understand something more about magnetism. When a magnet attracts an object, that object is displaced due to magnetic force. Whenever the magnet attracts any object, there is a displacement. In places like factories, ports, garbage depots, large objects are shifted from place to place. For this purpose, cranes with magnets are used. Work is done by magnetic force. This shows that magnetism is a kind of energy. See, there is a displacement. And you know that whenever there is displacement, we say work is done. Okay. So work is done. It means what? Magnetism, it is a kind of energy. So this magnetism energy, it is used in different places. See here, you can see a crane which is lifting a car because magnet is attached to it. All right. So this way magnetism is used in different places. Now, let us understand the characteristics of a magnet. The first one is a magnet always settles in the north-south direction. Okay, children? The end of a magnet that points to the north is called the North Pole, while the end that points to the south is called the South Pole. The North Pole is indicated by N, capital N, and the South Pole is by S, capital S. So, here you can see a magnet is hung freely. It will point in the north-south direction always. This is the first characteristic of a magnet. Let's see the second characteristic. The magnetic force is concentrated at the two ends or poles of a magnet. Okay, children. So to prove this, we also demonstrated in previous lecture. See here. Come on, tell me, what can you see in this picture? What is done here? Who will tell me? Iron filings are spread on a sheet of paper and a bar magnet is moved over it. So what will happen?
No.
Yes, tell me.
The iron files of bar magnet is attracted to the bar magnet two poles.
Yes. So you will observe in this experiment that most of the iron filings get attracted towards the poles. What does it tell us? It tells us that the magnetic force is concentrated at the two ends or poles of a magnet. Okay. So this is the second characteristic of a magnet. Now the third one, if a magnet is divided into two parts, two independent magnets are formed. It means that the two poles of a magnet cannot be separated from each other. Okay, so here you can see we are dividing a magnet into two parts. Again, those two parts are further divided into another two parts. So at the end we have four magnets. So separate magnets are formed. We can never separate the poles of a magnet. In fact, when we try to divide the magnet, new magnets are formed. So this is another characteristic of a magnet. Now the fourth one, a magnetic material acquires magnetism when placed near a magnet. This magnetism is called induced magnetism. So here you can see the demonstration for induced magnetism. On the left hand side, you can see a bar magnet is there, and there is a magnetic, you can say iron bar. Iron bar is attached to the bar magnet. Okay, this is a clamp, and they are attached to the clamp in such a way that they are close to each other. Now here iron filings are kept just below this iron bar. What you will observe that the iron filings are getting attracted to iron bar. It is not a magnet, still they are getting attracted because it is behaving like a magnet, because it is in contact with a magnet. So this kind of magnetism is called induced magnetism. Now here on right hand side, you see we are just moving away the magnet from that iron bar. All the pins have fallen down. So this kind of magnetism is a temporary magnetism. Okay, this iron bar, it will behave like a magnet only when it is in contact with this bar magnet. Otherwise, it won't behave like a magnet. So this kind of magnetism is called an induced magnetism. Understood, children? Who will tell me induced magnetism is a temporary magnetism or a permanent magnetism? Tell me. Yes, it is temporary or permanent. Yes, children. This kind of magnetism is temporary or permanent? Who will tell me? Yes, some students are raising hand. Very good. It is a temporary magnetism. Okay. Now, next characteristic, number 5. There is repulsion between like poles of a magnet, while there is attraction between the opposite poles. So this is also another important characteristic of a magnet. Okay. So here you can see like poles repel. Repel means they go away from each other. See here. In the first page, that is on the left hand side, you can see north and north. When they are brought close to each other, they are repelling. Like means what? Same type of poles. North, north. So when they are brought close to each other, they are going away. That means they are repelling. So what we say, like poles repel. See on right hand side now again, south, south. Okay, these are like poles, south and south. Same type of poles. So they are called like poles. So when they are also brought close to each other, they are going away. So that means they are repelling. So we say like poles repel. All right. So what will happen to unlike poles now? Unlike means north and south. North and south. When north and south are brought close to each other, they are getting attracted. So what we say, unlike poles attract. Okay. Unlike poles attract. Understood, children? So here again there is a clear picture which is telling you north and south. North and south, they will attract because they are unlike poles. North and north. Who will tell me north and north are like or unlike? Come on, tell me. North and north. These are like or unlike?
Miss unlike.
North and north, same type of pole. So they are like or unlike? Yes?
Unlike.
They are like poles. Same, no, same, no. Yeah. They are like poles, same poles. North, north. So like poles will repel. Again, south, south. Again, they are like poles. Yeah, very good. So south and south are also like poles. So they will also repel. So always remember, like poles repel and unlike poles attract. All right. Now the sixth characteristic of magnets. A magnetic material can be converted into an artificial magnet, but this kind of magnetism is temporary. So how to convert a magnetic material? See here, this experiment, this also I had demonstrated. An iron nail is taken, okay, or pin, you can say, any magnetic object, but here we have taken a pin on which the bar magnet is rubbed from one end to other end for several times, okay, and after some time when you bring some few pins near that nail, they are getting attracted to the nail. That means the nail is behaving like a magnet. So this is a magnetic material we have converted to a magnet. So this is an artificial magnet. So again, this is also a temporary magnetism. Okay, this is just a temporary magnet. But remember, we can convert a magnetic material into magnet. So let us now again revise one more time all the characteristics of a magnet. Come on now, you are going to say all the characteristics one by one. Yes, see the first one. Come on, tell me the first characteristic of a magnet. Yes. The first characteristic of a magnet is?
A magnet always settles in north-south direction.
Very good. So remember children now, a magnet always settles in the north-south direction. Second characteristic.
A magnetic force is
Concentrated
at the two ends or poles of magnet.
Yes. Very good. Third one.
If
a magnet is divided into two parts, two independent magnets are formed. It means that the two poles of a magnet cannot be separated from each other.
Very good. Fourth one.
A magnetic material acquires magnetism when placed near a magnet. This magnetism is called induced magnetism.
Yes, very good. And the fifth one.
There is repulsion between like poles of a magnet, while there is attraction between the opposite poles.
The last one.
A magnetic material can be converted into an artificial magnet, but this kind of magnetism is temporary.
Very good. So these are the 6 characteristics of a magnet which you are going to remember. All right. Next part now, an electromagnet. So what do you see in this picture? See here, there is a iron nail is taken. Okay, see carefully children. Okay, and how electromagnet is made. Iron nail is taken and a insulated copper wire is bound around this nail. Okay, this yellow color thing, no, it is insulated copper wire, and the two ends of the wire are connected to a battery. Okay, now what will happen, you know, this iron nail, it will get converted to a magnet, and when you remove this connection, no, it will stop behaving like a magnet. If you bring iron pins near this iron nail, they will get attracted to this iron nail. Okay, how long? Only till the connection is completed. But when you remove the battery, it won't behave like a magnet. Understood? So this kind of magnet is called as electromagnet. Why it is called electromagnet? Because it behaves like a magnet when electric current is flowing, isn't it? So this is called an electromagnet. So magnetism is produced in the nail due to the electric current. When it is put off, the magnetism vanishes. Such a magnet is called an electromagnet. And this magnetism is also temporary. Electromagnetism is used in many places in our day-to-day life. For example, it is used in instruments such as doorbell and a crane also. So, see, these are the places where electromagnets are used in day-to-day life. Electric bell. Then there is a crane in mobile also, in ATM cards or credit cards, in hospitals, in the scanning machines also magnets is, this electromagnet is used. So now, permanent magnets. So electromagnets was artificial magnets. So then what are permanent magnets? On the other hand, the magnets fixed to a pin holder or the door of a cupboard are permanent magnets. Okay. So this is a pin holder and this is a refrigerator. In the pin holder also, in the cap, there is a magnet. This is a permanent magnet, and in the refrigerator door also, their magnets are fixed. So they are also permanent magnets. Permanent magnets are made from mixture of nickel, cobalt and iron. For example, the material Alnico is a mixture of aluminium, nickel and cobalt. See carefully children, Alnico. Al means stands for aluminium, Ni stands for nickel and Co stands for cobalt. So this is Alnico. Okay, it is a mixture of aluminium, nickel and cobalt. So permanent magnets are made from mixture of aluminium, nickel and cobalt. How is magnetism destroyed? This also you should know. How can magnetism be destroyed? So magnetism gets destroyed when a magnet is heated. Remember children, when a magnet is heated, thrown, knocked about or broken into pieces, it will lose its magnetism. So you should avoid all these things. You should not heat it, you should not throw it, you should not break it into pieces. Okay, see here, you can see these things you should avoid. Therefore, it is important to store magnets carefully. You have to store them carefully. A piece of soft iron is placed in the box in which a magnet is kept. See here, a soft iron is placed near the magnet and it is placed in a box so that its magnetism is retained. It doesn't lose its magnetism. The bar of soft or pure iron protects a magnet. Therefore, such a bar is called magnet keeper. So this soft iron bar, it protects the magnetism of the magnet. So it is called as magnet keeper. Got it, children? So let us review quickly the entire lesson. Iron, nickel, cobalt are magnetic metals. Magnets settle along the north-south direction when suspended freely. Magnetism is concentrated near the poles. The poles of a magnet cannot be separated. Electromagnetic energy is used in our day-to-day life. So, students, you understood the lesson. We have revised the entire lesson. Now, let us solve the exercise. Okay. So, question number 1. How will you do this? Determine whether a material is magnetic or non-magnetic. Now tell me children, how will you determine whether a material is magnetic or non-magnetic? Yes? You have got some material.
With the help of a bar magnet.
Yes, very good. So, if a material sticks to a magnet, then it is a magnetic material. Otherwise, it is a non-magnetic material. You are right. Very good. We can bring a magnet, not necessarily bar magnet. We can bring any magnet near that material. If that material sticks to the magnet, it is a magnetic material. Otherwise, it is a non-magnetic material. explain that a magnet has a certain magnetic field. So how will you explain that there is a magnetic field around the magnet? So I will tell you this. A magnet has a certain magnetic field which can be demonstrated using the below activity. See, we are going to do activity, then only we can demonstrate magnetic field. Take a drawing cardboard and sprinkle some iron filings on it. Listen carefully, children, okay? Notice the position of iron filings as a whole. Now take a bar magnet and slowly bring it below the cardboard. You will observe that the iron filings tend to attract towards the magnet and align themselves as shown. So here, see, this way the iron filings will arrange themselves. So these lines are there, no curved lines. Okay, these are called as lines of magnetic field. So we can say that magnetic field exists around the magnet. It represents that the magnet exerts a force around its body with a stronger force near the two poles. At the two poles, it is very strong. Also, this regular pattern of the iron filings on the board represents the lines of magnetic field. So this pattern, it represents the lines of magnetic field. Thus, a magnet has a certain magnetic field which can be represented by curved lines around the magnet. So these lines are nothing but the lines of magnetic field. All right, children. Next one, find the north pole of a magnet. Now you tell me, how will you find the north pole of a magnet? This you all can answer. How will you find out the north pole of a magnet? Come on. This is one of the characteristics of a magnet. Yes, who will tell me? How will you find out?
Tie a thread to the center of a magnet and hang it from a stand of as shown. Wait till the magnet settle itself.
Very good. So the end of the magnet pointing towards north, geographic north end of the earth is the north pole of the magnet. Very good. So tie a thread to the center of a magnet and hang it from a stand as shown. Wait till the magnet settles itself. So it will settle like this. The pole that points, this last sentence also you should write, okay? The pole that points towards the geographic north is the north pole of the magnet. All right? Because the question is, how will you find out the north pole of the magnet? So last sentence is also important. Next question. Which magnet will you use? Iron is to be separated from trash. Come on, children, this you can answer. Which magnet will you use? You want to separate iron from trash. Trash means you can say waste objects, waste materials. Yes. So the answer is electromagnet. Electromagnet can be used to separate iron from trash. Okay, now you are lost in a forest. So which magnet will you use to find out the directions?
Marina.
Yes, Marinus compass also you can use. Bar magnet also you can use. Bar magnet or lodestone can be used to find the direction in the forest. This is because a bar magnet, when suspended freely, always rests in the north-south direction. And you are also right, Marinus compass also can be used. Next one, a window shutter opens and shuts continuously in the wind. So what will you do? Which magnet will you use?
Permanent magnet.
That's right. Permanent magnet can be used to stop the continuous shuttering of the window in the wind. Very good. Next is filling the blanks, and you are going to answer this. All right. If a bar magnet is hung by a thread tied at its center, listen carefully, children. Its north pole becomes steady in the direction of the dash pole of the earth.
North.
Yes, North Pole of the Earth. Can you read the whole sentence? Read out the whole answer.
If a bar magnet is hung by a thread tied at its center, its north pole becomes steady in the direction of the north pole of the earth.
Very good. So remember, you should write the filling the blanks always in full sentence. Okay. If a bar magnet is cut into equal pieces by cutting it at right angles to its axis at two places, dash bar magnets are formed and a total of dash poles are formed. So come on, tell me the answer. How many bar magnets will be formed? And how many poles will be formed? We are cutting it at two places, huh? Remember.
Teacher, 2 bar magnets are formed and a total of 6 poles are formed.
If 6 poles are there, then 2 bar magnets only are formed.
3.
Yes, very good. So think carefully and answer. We are cutting it at two places. Imagine it. Okay, you are cutting it at two places. So total 3 bar magnets will be formed and 6 poles will be formed. All right. Next one. There is repulsion between the dash poles of a magnet and attraction between its dash poles. Yes, the easy question now. Who will answer this?
Like opposite. There is repulsion between the like poles of a magnet and attraction between its opposite poles.
Very good. This way you should answer in full sentence. That's right. Next question. When magnetic material is taken close to a magnet, the material acquires dash. Who will answer this? Come on.
Induced magnetism. When a magnetic material is taken close to a magnet, the material occurs to induce magnetism.
Requires induced magnetism. Very good.
Requires induced magnetism.
Very good. Next one. If a magnet attracts a piece of metal, that piece must be made of dash. Options are there in the bracket.
पीछे ऑप्शंस नहीं दिख रहा.
See in bracket options are there. Any other metal but iron, magnetic material or iron,
Magnetic metal or iron.
Very good.
If
So
a magnet attracts a piece of metal, that piece must be made of magnetic metal or iron.
Very good. And see the last one. A magnet remains steady in a dash direction. See, options are given in bracket. Come on. Easy question. Will answer this. Answer in
North-south. A magnet remains steady in the north-south direction.
Very good. See, that means you all have started preparing for the exams. Okay. Now the last question. How is an electromagnet made? So I showed you how an electromagnet is made. Let us write the answer. For the construction of an electromagnet, we require an iron nail, a long insulated copper wire, a battery, and a switch. So you have to draw a figure like this. The long insulated copper wire is first wound on the iron nail. Then the two free ends of the wire is connected to the battery and the switch as shown. Now when the switch is turned on, current flows through the circuit. Due to this flow of current, the insulated copper wire and iron nail acts as an electromagnet. Now if iron pins are brought close to this setup, they stick to the iron nail. As soon as the current stops flowing in the circuit, the iron nail loses magnetism and the pins fall off. So this way electromagnet can be prepared. So you have to, when you are writing this answer, you should draw this figure also. All right, children. Next one. Write the properties of a magnet. Now this you all know. We have revised it. Properties means characteristics. Okay. So what are the properties of a magnet? 6 properties we are having, right? Who will read out? See the first one, a magnet has, yes.
A magnet, it just ठीक से नहीं दिख रहा है. Miss ठीक से नहीं दिख रहा है.
Now can you see?
Properties of a magnet are following. A magnet has two poles known as North Pole and South Pole. A magnet, when suspended freely, always rests in north-south direction. A magnet has an attractive properties, that is, it always attracts magnetic materials towards it. Like poles of magnet repel each other, whereas unlike poles attract each other. The two poles of a magnet are inseparable. It means that when a magnet is cut into two parts, two independent magnets are formed. Magnetic force of a magnet is concentrated at its two poles.
Very good. What is your name?
My name is Narmata Mupnar.
Very good, Narmata. And the last question, what are the practical uses of a magnet? So here there are many practical uses of magnet. Magnets have very wide range of uses. Magnetic compass. The first one is magnetic compass. With the help of a magnetic compass, you can know the direction at a particular place. The red end of the needle indicates the north direction. Second point, magnets in daily life. Magnets are used in refrigerator doors, as in pin holders, in screwdrivers, etc. Magnet in junkyard. In the junkyard, you will see that a large magnet is attached at the bottom of the arm of a crane. The arm moves over a heap of junk, and the magnet, junk means trash again, okay, waste materials. And the magnet collects objects made of iron. The magnet used in junkyard crane is not a natural or a permanent magnet. It is a temporary magnet which is called an electromagnet. Next point, magnet in electrical appliances. Magnets are also used in many electrical appliances such as electric bells, telephone, telegraph, radio, loudspeaker, fans, electrical motors, electric generator, etc. And the next point, magnet for security. While going to some important places like temples, buildings, airports, etc., you will see equipments for inspection of people entering these places. These equipments use magnets and are known as metal detectors. You might have seen everybody these metal detectors. Nowadays, it is there at many important places. These metal detectors are also used in food processing industry to detect any unwanted iron or steel object mixed unknowingly in the foodstuff. So these are all the practical uses of a magnet. Understood, children? So these were all the question answers from this chapter. Now here is an assignment for you all. This is an online test. You are all are going to attempt this online test. Okay. Take guidance from your class teacher how to attempt this test. Okay. So that's all for today. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe. And if you step out of your home, use mask and follow social distancing. All right.